Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm super grateful for every single one of you. My goodness, I love you guys so much. I love you so much. You all mean the world to me, okay? You really do. Whether you're here or on the website or, sharing the videos or, purchasing products or scheduling sessions or booking readings, whatever, however you are existing in this community. Thank you so much. Hey Patty Cake. Hey Brandy. I really love how this community, it just makes my heart so warm when I see all those comments, you guys helping each other out and sending each other love. And, I just, I love you guys. I love you. And I'm so grateful to have you here. Seriously. And I'm going to tell you that until the day that I die. Not die, but, exit this human vessel. Okay, Schumann resonance yesterday. Last evening. So yesterday we were still kind of working on triggers, okay? But yesterday evening we had a bunch of crown chakra energy come through, all right? Right around like 6 or 7 Central Standard Time. And I got to tell you, in those moments, y'all, I was feeling very overwhelmed. I was like, I wanted to crawl under a rock. I did, but it only lasted a couple hours or so. Maybe not even a couple hours, more so like an hour, okay? And then after that, my scalp was super itchy. So if you were experiencing like itchy scalp or maybe even like a slight headache last night, okay, that was definitely the Schumann resonance. Today it does seem as though that trigger energy is done for now, okay? But again, energy, it might still be coming up for you over the next couple of days, okay? Some of the triggers, all right? But just know that energy isn't coming in anymore, okay? Or at least for right now, right? But today we have a lot of root stuff going on, which makes sense, right? After all of those trigger moments, all of that purging, right? Okay. Triggers often are somehow associated with our safety and our stability, okay? And so it makes sense that that root energy is coming in right after we released a bunch of triggers. It's just almost this like safety energy, secure energy, so just a heads up, that is kind of, you might be purging a lot that way, okay? But yeah, so anyways, that's your Schumann resonance report for today. Brought to you by Corey, but really given to you by, her name is Erin Brown, I think is what I saw. Hold on. I looked at it this morning so I could tell you guys.
Is this what you're...
Boop. Schumann.
Hey friends,
Yep.
it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist.
Erin Brown. And she looks like this.
Outside in the rain to bring you the Schumann resonance report for Wednesday, September... Okay, it's the 20th. And I went...
So, yeah, just so you guys know, that's where I get that information from. Anyways, all right, moving forward. So I did already say my prayer. Today we have our group. Hi, Andre. We have our group healing sessions, okay? One at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time and one also at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Obviously, it's always good to do shadow work, but this might be good to help you work through more of these triggers that might be rising up for you with this energy. Okay? All right. Let's dive in. Let's get going, shall we? Let us get going. What deck do I want to use? When I picked this up, I cut the deck at the Divine Feminine and the Matrix card. These two right here. Okay. Interesting. We know. We know. I feel like it's just a confirmation of your energy right now, letting you know some of you may be feeling, you know, overwhelmed, or again, that triggered feeling. It feels kind of emotional today, to be completely honest with you. I'm feeling a little emotional today. And it feels a lot, you know, coming from the inner child, honestly. I'm so glad you were able to make it live. Yay! You're funny, Sherry. You guys are funny. All right. Holy Spirit, holy angels. What messages do we have? What do we have for the collective? Oh, Lordy. Please. Yeah. Definitely some inner child stuff going on here. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's directly related to your father. Okay? Doesn't have to be, but I really get the sense that if there's some things coming up, okay? And that's kind of reminded me of the energy we're pulling on yesterday, right? I'm being reminded of the pant legs, right? Pulling on the pant legs. But this feels like it is... Why do I feel like... Okay. This reading is for people who have been called naive, even dumb, maybe even stupid. And even if people didn't say that to your face, I think you felt that projection at one point. And I really feel like you felt it from your father. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is and what's crazy is your father was the one that was supposed to teach you the things that he was projecting these feelings of stupidity or ignorance or I'm feeling it really hard in my gut right now. So, collective, you have gone so far, further than I feel like this father figure, okay, really ever thought that you would go. there is somebody that it's like your father wanted a boy. Okay, this might just be confirmation for you. Your father really wanted a boy, and when he got a girl, right, it's almost like he can. I mean, kind of getting a little bit of a chauvinistic energy here of like he wanted a boy, but he got a girl, and when he got a girl, he just felt like, oh, the girl is useless or something. And this manifested in a lot of heartache, a lot of rejection, a lot of rejection. And that's not for everyone, okay? That's just for some people. For others of you, I'm getting this energy of, I'm being reminded of a book that I read recently where the mother left, okay? And, the father was left to raise the daughter, but because the daughter looked so much like her mother, the father resented the daughter, right? Didn't want to spend any time with her, didn't want to, right? Because he was so hurt and felt so rejected by the mother, right? In this book, the father didn't even want a child. Okay, so now he's left with this child that reminds him of a very painful situation, and also that he didn't want to begin with. And I don't mean to laugh, but for some of you, the pain that you felt from your father was actually not something that was meant to be direct. It wasn't you, right? It was the pain that he was feeling from your mother, for some of you, if she left. This is a very unhealed father figure. Very unhealed. But there's this energy where it's almost like you've got your father's attention, for some of you. Because like I said, this father figure really didn't think that you would go as far as you've gone. This is for people that have really, really changed their lives, okay? This could also be future energy for some of you. Okay, that some of you, this is past energy, we're all going to resonate differently. But I really get the sense that you've got this person's attention. You've got this father figure's attention here. Tell me more. I really feel like this father figure didn't really never expected you to go above the poverty. Some of you are rising above poverty. Some of you are even in these times, okay? Where there's so much inflation and all of that is going on, which, it's all about your perception, right? You've done something, collective, that has caught your father's attention. This feels very specific. It feels like a father and a daughter. A father that that made you feel rejected. He made you, and again, this, like, I feel like this message is coming through to almost kind of explain different things that your father was going through internally. Not to justify it. No, because your father was an adult, right? Granted, a lot of, we don't always know that we're unhealed until, it's brought to our attention, but this isn't to say, this isn't giving him excuses, but it's almost, I feel like the divine wants to help you understand the rejection that you were feeling from your father is actually rejection that he had been feeling. Ooh, getting emotional. Okay. Some of you, collective, your father had been kind of in a situation where, like you, where your father was constantly going above and beyond and doing all of these things to get some sort of approval or some sort of something from his parents, your grandparents. And because he felt rejected by them and hadn't healed from that, he didn't know how to have open arms to you. Again, this is not making excuses. But I feel like for some of you, this is helping you see things a little bit differently. It may help you go through the forgiveness process here. A lot of you, your father has gone through a lot of rejection just like you. Even outside of the family. He may have made a decision at one point. Okay, for some of you, this is a father that maybe put you in harm's way, or for some of you, your father was given an offer and it had to do with you, sacrificing your gifts, sacrificing something. And that's not for everyone, okay? I'm not gonna go too deep into that because that's not for everyone, all right? But this was a situation where again, I feel like he was thinking about himself because he couldn't think about anybody else, right? Tell me more. For some of you, your father's also, I don't want to say it, your father's also empathic or an earth angel, or but very unhealed. This might be manifesting in heart problems, okay? Because I feel like your father, whether you realize it or not, has experienced a lot of pain. Who? Okay. But this is somebody, you know, that would have showed up hard on the exterior. Okay? So here's what I feel like, collective. Some of you are moving through a very large father wound right now. Okay? And I feel like the divine is wanting to come through and let you know the reason, the exact reason why your father treated you the way that he did, okay, for, you know, in these situations, okay, was simply because he was unhealed and was treated the same as a child. And sometimes it's hard for us to remember that. Sometimes it's hard for us to remember that our parents were children too, and that our parents also experienced complex trauma. You've got his attention though. Okay? Some of you are going to have a very healing conversation with your father. It's going to be pretty emotional probably. For others of you, this is just an opportunity for you to see a different perception so that you can move through this wound and forgive your father from a place of understanding. All right, we're moving on from that. Okay, moving on from that. Hey, I was just drawn to this. Get this. Go buy this. You can get it on Amazon. Go buy it. Okay, it's $17. Do it. Okay, I don't make any money by telling you to go buy this. I don't make a single dime. But I do. I got this a while ago, right? And I was, honestly, let me tell you, I was feeling intimidated by it. I was. I was, and I've done so much shadow work. I will crawl deep into the darkest spots, right? But for some reason, but then yesterday I realized I had this idea. I was like, oh no, I'm just going to open to a random spot. And wouldn't you know it, it was the perfect thing that I needed. So, go buy it. Go buy it. All right, moving forward. I feel like that was just like a little bit of a beginning message, okay? I don't think that's the whole message, but You might be working through that. You might be working through it, all right? What does the collective need to know? Yeah. Yep, we have bring love into the situation. This is what I'm saying, going back to the father thing, okay? And really with everyone. We're getting to a point where collectively we can take the time to look at the bigger picture and understand there's something, yeah. So it's almost, I feel like collective, I really get the sense that you've awakened, right? You've awakened and you realize the toxicity of whomever, right? And so with that, right, you separated, or you created boundaries, or and that felt perfect in the moment, and that is perfectly fine, okay? And I feel like a lot of you maybe feel like you might have already forgiven this person, but I feel like there's still a little bit of pain there. There's still a little bit of hurt, right? And so I feel like by bringing love into the situation, remember that the love that you had, those unconditional eyes that you had for your father, right? As a child. You remember that when you were a kid? And you just, all kids do that, right? Their parents are they know, right? It's like, well, my dad knows everything. He's my dad, right? Like, look, that's my dad. Like, I remember as a kid getting so excited when my dad would get home from work, right? Can't wait to see my dad, right? My dad knows all the stuff. Yeah, and even though, it's still that childlike, unconditional love. So it's almost like the divine is asking you to sit with that energy. Remember what that feels like. Bring that into this situation with this new higher found awareness and understanding. Somebody can only meet you as deeply as they have met themselves. And I really get the sense that this is a father figure that has not done a single thing for himself, for a lot of you. to know himself. He doesn't know how. I feel like the divine is asking you to bring that unconditional childlike love that you have for this father figure into this situation where you are forgiving. Again, this does not mean you need to run to him and tell him, hey, I've forgiven you and I love you so much and can we, make this better. No, that's not what this is. This is for you. Because I really feel like, especially if this is a father figure that made you feel dumb or stupid or naive, or that you don't know what you're doing or don't know what you're talking about, or that you know what I mean? It's just somebody who really made you feel unworthy, right? You got to move past that, because it was simply a projection. I really get the sense that now this father figure, whether you realize it or not, is kind of looking at you in amazement. I'm seeing like a group of people. Your father figure might actually be like defending you in some situations now, where before he might not have. Okay, if this is like, if your family is having like family meetings about you, I really get the sense that this father figure might actually be standing up for you now. Like, I just keep hearing, like, what are you guys doing? Okay, I feel like, there's a group of people, a room of people that are sitting here talking about you. And there's almost just this moment where, because I feel like your father there's some sort of recent recognition that has gone on with him, okay, or that will soon be going on with him. And I really get the sense that it's just like, and I really feel like, I don't know, your father might not really be one to like go against the grain, if you will, okay? Not, and so I feel like for him to speak up like that, it's almost like he's surrounded by a bunch of people that aren't, I keep hearing they're not doing anything with their lives. But you, collective, you're changing your world one day at a time. And I just really feel like, honestly, there's this energy of like this masculine figure. It's like in that moment, right? He looks around at all the people that are talking about you. And he recognizes where they are at in life. And he's reminded of what you've done with your life. Maybe against the grain, right? It may not be what he imagined his little girl or his little boy growing up to be, but I feel like regardless of what it is, collective, you have taken yourself out of some really dark, deep spots, out of a lot of pain, out of a lot of trauma, out of the trenches, out of poverty, out of, you did it. You did it. And that I'm feeling this very strongly from him. It's like, you fucking did that. Like, I don't know, excuse my language, but there's almost this energy where somebody, this father figure, very quickly, regardless of previous beliefs or, whatever, is suddenly just really cheering you the hell on. You know what I mean? There's something that's going to happen that is really going to shift. We're all mirrors, right? We're all mirrors, and collective, I'm really feeling like you shifting your perspective about him and forgiving him is energetically going to bring in some sort of perspective shift within him about you. Okay? This is for people who have probably a very spiritual connection with your father, to be honest with you. Okay? Maybe not for everyone, but I really feel like, we all know that it's part of the contract, but I really feel like, although the past may have not reflected it, that you have a very, that you've probably spent lifetimes with this father figure. Okay, whether you were the parent or they were the parent, or you guys were cousins or brothers, or you know what I'm saying? I get the sense these are two energies that signed up to do this together for a reason. Yeah. All right, we're going to get some final messages on this. Wow, I can't shuffle. What is happening? That was really weird. Oh, Lordy. Collective, you may have had a whole family that talked down to you, right? But I really get the sense that they kind of did that to everyone, whomever these people are. For some of you, it was money that made them feel entitled. And that they could just talk down to people. I don't know. But again, that's really just a reflection of themselves, right? I'm just getting the energy of somebody who was oftentimes and still sometimes struggles with confidence in yourself, because you spent a lot of your lifetime receiving these energies it's like you don't know what you're doing. It's kind of like that, but it's like in every situation. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know, right? Like, what are you, stupid? Right? Or that phrase, you say something and somebody says, you think? My stepmom used to do that. Lord, I hated that. Like, bitch, I don't even want to talk to you anymore. Sorry. Not bitch. Sorry. Sorry. Like, I don't know why that phrase, like, it's, I think it's because of the energy she put around it. But again, she's very unhealed, right? So, I don't know. This is the energy that I'm feeling, though, is somebody who, in situations, loses their confidence around their intelligence, around their gifts, around their abilities, around just who they are, right? It's an energy that rises up, and it's just because so many people have questioned it. You know, questioned you, questioned all of those things about you, to the point where you began to question those things about you. We're gonna now we got the mother out here. Now we got the mother out here. But collective, I really feel like this is more so your energy. Okay, I do. I feel like you are sitting on this throne. You are, whatever you've been working towards, it's creating a lot of stability. You can see this card, okay? This is somebody who's grown, right? Somebody who's matured. Somebody who is about to give birth. Somebody, whether it be actual birth or to something else, okay? With this turtle down here, this is like a tortoise, or this is that those live a very long time. This signifies stability, okay? This is like the Empress card. And I really feel like this is your energy around this situation, or it will be. Okay? It's like an understanding, right? It's like coming from that unconditional space of like, just like now, like if you're a parent, right? We don't parent like we used to, okay? Because that was toxic, okay? Obviously, there's still discipline and they need obedience and respect, but we also know that that's a mutual thing, right? Those go two ways. You respect me, I'm gonna respect you, boy. I don't know. I don't know what that was. So collective, I really feel like you're going to be able to look at this from that situation, right? Even if this is, your father that we're talking about, it's almost like you have reached a state of emotional stability here, okay? In which you can look at it from that point of view, right? You can almost see the little boy in your father, yeah? Sad and alone, maybe, or feeling rejected, or, and this is, it's not to make you feel sorry for anybody, but it's just to help you forgive and so that you can move on, okay? because I don't know that that you should, if you have disconnected from this person, all of you are going to know whether they're meant to actually be in your life in the physical or not. But regardless, it's almost like this shift inside of you, this looks like a ping pong machine a little bit. Okay, like I heard, like it's like ping, 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 ping. And it like like the ball goes through and it's just like hitting all these spots, right? Aligning all these spots. There's something significant about this here, okay? And it like activates something in your heart. This is opening your heart. This is balancing things out for you here, okay? It is. It's balancing things out for you. Oh, Lordy. I feel like it's definitely healing both parts of your masculine and your feminine energy, to be honest with you, right? Because we all possess both energies, yes. This person taught you how to move in your masculine energy, but they weren't moving correctly in their masculine energy, right? They have unhealed masculine energy. And so this is going to help realign the masculine energy within you, but also the feminine, right? Because if this is a father, this person taught you how you should be treated by others, okay? Or how, you just watched, right? If this person neglected you, then you probably, or rejected you, or made you feel, not worthy, you probably spent a long time attracting men that made you feel the same way, okay? Or women, if you're in the LGBTQ or men, if you're in that community too. You get it. You get what I'm saying, okay? So it's like, I don't know, something is going to release this ping pong ball here, okay? Like I said, and it's just gonna, being off of all these different things here, and just kind of, I don't know, realign, reshift. All right. Actually, 48 minutes. I think I'll leave it there. Well, we'll get like one. Okay. Final messages. Final messages. This is, this. Basically, this is helping you heal from rejection. Okay, it's helping you heal from abandonment. It's helping you heal from neglect. Okay, you guys. I love you guys. All right, final messages. What? Yeah. Some of you were just like wondering, like, is there something that I should have set intention towards working on? Or what am I working on? Or why am I feeling so emotional, right? Maybe you've been feeling really emotional here, okay? And you're like, what is this, right? It's not really leading to anything. Maybe you'll sit with the emotions and it's not really leading to anything. You're like kind of confused, or there's something and you were just like, why am I feeling this way? Okay. This is this is what's coming up for you. That's what it is. Yeah, you're going to be sweeping this out, and there's some sort of opportunity that comes in for you. It's just causing a lot of I feel like some of you might not be sleeping very well at nighttime, or going through a lot of overthinking at nighttime, or just in general, right? There's maybe you feel like your mind is scattered, or like you can't get organized, or you're forgetting a lot of things, or maybe there's some fogginess going on. Okay, that's because this is a really deep seated actual like generational wound. Okay, the abandonment, the rejection, the neglect, that's generational. That's not just you. So this is very deep seated. This is very deep rooted, okay? And so you're really diving in there. Sorry, my eyelid itches. You're really diving in there. And yeah. So this might give you some sort of sense of direction. It's like, how do I clean up a mess if I don't know where the mess is the energy that I'm getting. Like, I got this mop, but I don't know where the spill is. I don't know where that is, because a lot of you honestly feel like you've already addressed this. You've already looked at this. But again, it's a spiral, right? Our consciousness is and our awareness is growing, right? It is raising. It is, and so with that, right, there's a new level of perception around this situation. And I feel like this is really kind of sweeping it out, and like with a deeper understanding, and really, really forgiving. Okay. And it makes sense, with this coming up after, with that root chakra stuff going on. Okay. And those triggers, right? The father oftentimes I feel like it would be associated with the root chakra, right? The stability, the security, the safety, right? Yep. Yeah. So, randomly, I didn't know that there was this feather on this bed here. I'm drawn to that. Feathers might be significant. Cheese could be significant also. Okay. I don't know why cheese, but cheese. Anyways, so yeah, it's like some of you are fully prepared and ready to get cleaning, right? You got your mop and you're like going up and down the aisles, right? And you're like, I'm not, seeing any spills. And it's like you're walking up and down the aisles, and as you're walking down the aisles, right, you're straightening up the shelves, and you're putting everything like front facing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm still not finding the spill. And I feel like the divine wanted to bring this through. It's like, check on aisle 49 with all the dad stuff. Not to laugh, but just the way they're going through with it. Okay? Yeah, and it's like, okay, collective, you guys are awesome. You're like, okay, here I go. I snorted. It's like, see ya. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's funny. So, yeah, that feels like a good spot to leave this reading, for sure. I got stuff I gotta do today. Don't forget to come join our group healing session, okay? It's probably a perfect opportunity to work through this father thing, okay? Seriously, I'm telling you, I just activated you in this reading. Okay, that's what these readings are doing. I'm finding that yeah, that somehow there's something deeper to the readings that I do. I don't know. Anyways, again, I'm not better or more special than anyone. It's just different. Oh my gosh. Eli, that call will come. It'll come. Anyways. So, alright. Ooh, when I looked up, it was 5550. 555. Thank you, Anne. Thanks, Lori. You're sweet. That's perfect. Ooh, living your best life in Colorado. I haven't been there in a long time. Sherry, I agree. They're very funny. All right, guys, listen. Again, perfect opportunity for a group healing session. See you in about 2 hours, if not, or a little less than 2 hours. If not, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You can work through this on your own. You're strong. You got it. Okay. If you don't, if we don't see you there, okay. Check out aisle 49. All right. All right. I love you guys. All right. I hope you have the very best day. Okay? I'll be seeing you soon. Make this day your bitch.